homemade coffee. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be adjusting the front collars on the front side of the bags. So pretty much what I mean by that is the very bottom collar, when I rotate it, and those two screws that are on the collar go onto pretty much, I guess, the hub of your the brakes or whatever, the rotors. So I'm pretty much going to adjust that metal collar to bring it, I guess, higher, so the total length of it is shorter. That way when I air out, I can go lower in the front. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing today, and possibly do the camber in the rear, but I'll try my best to show you guys, and hopefully you guys know what to do for your car. Alright guys, so what you want to do first is remove the wheel. I'm going to show you guys kind of step by step what you need to do. So pretty much you have the car on jacks and you're going to remove the wheel. So what you want to do pretty much to lower your collar is loosen this bottom spindle, and then make sure you loosen these two bolts right here, one here and one here. When you do that, you take the screws out. You have to have another jack to kind of like hold the base of this rotor. You don't really need to. I recommend it though, that way it doesn't just drop all of a sudden, but just to kind of support it. But once you do that, you're gonna this collar, this black collar right here, is gonna be free. So what you want to do is kind of spin it up a little bit, and you want to get a measuring tape to see how much that you like shortened it, and then repeat the exact same process on the passenger side of the front. So I'm just going to show you guys this front side, and that way you guys will have an idea how it will look on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and do it first and then see what happens, and then I'll show you guys. Okay guys, so I just measured with the measuring tape right here. From this spindle right here to the bottom spindle, it's 1.5. I apologize for the bad camera like angle, but it is 1.5 from this top of this bottom spindle to the bottom of this top spindle. So pretty much I want to bring it right to 1, and from there it'll bring the overall like aired out height much lower, and that's pretty much what I want to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower this collar here, or bring it up I should say. Okay guys, so I made the adjustment on the height of this spindle. So right now, from measuring from this bottom of this top spindle to the top of this bottom spindle, this gap right here is 1 inch. So I'm thinking if I should just, because right now from here to here is 1.5, so I'm thinking if I should just do 1 inch or do 0.98 or 0.9 inches, even though like that's not really a big of a difference, but I'm thinking just to do 0.9 on this side, and then the same with the passenger side, and then that way the bottom will sit lower for the top, for the front of the car. Okay guys, so everything's bolted back. I put these two bolts back together, they're super tight. Same with the brake lines, and zip tied the stainless steel line. So tightened the collar already, or the spindle I should say, but this is how much is left now. So this is, like I said before in the last clip, this is 0.9 inches. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing on that side, on the passenger side. And pretty much, if you guys can picture it, this has about, I would say, 55 pounds of air in here right now. But when I air out fully, the tire pretty much should go in more. So like when I'm airing out, it should pretty much just go like all the way in, like much more than it did earlier. So hopefully it worked. It did something. It did to where I wanted to in terms of like height wise. But yeah, we will see on the other side, and hopefully I'll air out and it'll look better. Okay guys, so I dialed it in for the front only. I didn't touch the rear yet. I don't really have time today, but I'm gonna continue to vlog tomorrow, or the next section of this vlog will be when I adjust the passenger rear camber. So that's all it needs. It doesn't need a height adjustment or anything, but the front is completely perfect. I'm not gonna show you yet, because right now that's only right height right now, but when I air down fully, it's fully tucked to the flare, straight meat to flare, like just fitment is on point. So I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to show you guys yet because it looks really nice, but I'll show you guys when I fix the rear camber and when pretty much everything's 100% dialed in. Once I do that, I will show you guys the final product and it'll look amazing. So I will continue this vlog in the next section. Alright guys, we're back. So today is another day, like I said in the last clip. I'm gonna actually be adjusting the camber on this passenger rear tire. So this one right here, oh my goodness, this is really dark. But what I'm gonna be doing pretty much, I already have the car on jacks. I just need to adjust the rear lower control arm. And a lot of you guys know this, but WRX and BRZs use the same lower control arm. And pretty much to adjust that is just by this hardware right here. So that little circle metal one, I pretty much just have to loosen it, and then from there I can just adjust my camber. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to mark where my camber is right now, just in case if I do turn it too much. And when I put the car back down from the jack, hopefully, you know, I didn't do too much negative or positive. But just to make sure where it is right now, so that way I won't mess it up. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now, and hopefully it comes out good. Alright guys, so I adjusted the camber. If you guys, I'll show you on this side first actually. If you guys looked at where I marked with the Sharpie right there, so I marked this right there on the control arm, and then this little mark right here, this little dot right on where my finger is. So that's originally where the camber was without me adjusting anything. Now where it's sitting, this is me adjusted to where I think would be better for like a tuck-in when I air out. And pretty much the same deal is on the other side if I show you. So right here, if you see right there in the middle of the screen, the mark on the control arm, and then the mark right there on the bolt. So those are the differences that I've made. But right now I'm just gonna go ahead and lower the car and turn it on and air it out and see if it'll look better when it's tucked. Okay guys, so if you guys can hear me, well, what we're gonna do is actually take this pressure little by little to decrease it. So we want to see this side of the sidewall completely tucked in here, which it will, but closer to the flare. That way it's more, it looks better on fitment wise. So what we're gonna do, since I'm outside of the car and I need to monitor this little by little, so what I'm gonna use is my controller to go little by little on air right in the right corner of this thing. So right now it's almost done filling up the tank. When it hits 149, 150, I'm gonna go ahead and lower this little by little all the way to 0. So let's go ahead and try this, and just keep an eye out for this part right here. Pretty much it's almost zeroed out to the rears. And what we need to do is kind of just look at the gap up from underneath the flare. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a little bit of gap left. I mean, I could run this. This is honestly fine to me. But just to show you that there is still more like space for me to run. It's pretty much like one finger gap right there. So let's just check on the other side to see how that looks. You see how it's more tucked in? There's not as much of a finger gap that you could do. So that's pretty much the goal that I was trying to go for. I could do a little bit more positive camber to the side, but I might just run that for now. This side looks really nice and meaty and tucked in. It's perfect, honestly. But honestly, guys, I'm gonna end it here just to show you that that's the adjustment that I did, and I could make even more in the future. But for now, I'm probably just gonna leave it like just like that for now. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's how you adjust the rear loader control arm of the white line series for the BRZ and WRX of this generation. But front is completely done, guys. The front looks amazing, and the rear, for the most part, I would say 95% is done. But that's pretty much it, guys. I will catch you guys later in the next video, and I'll keep you guys updated as always. See ya.